Wizards are busted in D&D. Or so the internet keeps telling me. But which one is the most busted? Oh god, there are a lot of wizard subclasses to go through. Patreon community rankings are also shown up here as we go. Let's dive in, let's do some magic. Abjuration Wizard. Tank wizards are here. This school lets you weave a ward of bonus hit points around yourself. Your ward has hit points equal to twice your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier, and every time you cast an abjuration spell, it regains hit points equal to twice the level of the spell that was cast. Basically, it's like a recharging layer of temporary hit points, but because it's not temporary hit points, it stacks with temporary hit points. Later levels let you use your ward to shield other creatures or add your proficiency modifier to spells that require ability checks, giving you the strongest counter spell in the game. Finally, you finish up with advantage on all saving throws against spells. School of Abjuration rewards you for casting lots of abjuration spells, which is good because there are lots of great options like shield, counterspell, and banishment. It's not broken by any means, but it's thematic as hell, and you will drown in dopamine if you ever counter a power word kill thanks to your enhanced counterspell. It goes in high B tier. Blade Singer Wizard. A fan favorite, Blade Singers are the sword-wielding spellcaster. Their namesake feature gives a big boost to AC and con saves and a small movement boost, but their real epic ability is the level 6 extra attack. This lets you attack twice on a turn and replace any one of those attacks with a cantrip, like Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade or Firebolt. Later levels let you trade out a spell slot as a reaction to shield yourself from damage, and finally, they can add their intelligence modifier to all melee weapon attacks, for a total of plus 10 damage on every hit at level 14. Blade Singers are fun and flavorful, and by wizard standards, extremely fair. Spellcasting is just stronger than weapon fighting, so you're automatically at a disadvantage if you go martial, especially with a d6 hit dice, and Blade Singers need to pump intelligence, dexterity, and constitution if you're gonna do well, so they're kind of mad. People love them though. Patreon thinks they are S tier. They are not S tier, guys. They are arguably the best spell sword in the game, which gets them low A tier. Chronergy Wizard. The first of Matt Mercer's wizards, Chronergy Wizards are all about time magic. And they're totally OP. They get a second level feature that is basically silvery barbs, and can also add their intelligence to initiative rolls. That's good because high level spellcasters have the most impactful actions, so going first lets you transform a battlefield before anyone gets to move. Of course, the real busted feature is Arcane Abeyance at level 10, letting you basically store a spell in a bead for another player to cast. This lets you give the fighter or your familiar a concentration spell, so you can have two concentration spells going at the same time. Did someone say Wall of Force, Sickening Radiance, Instant Death combo? Finally, the level 14 Convergent feature lets you basically guarantee success or failure on any attack roll, ability check, or saving throw that you see. There are some exploits you can do with this feature, but even without the cheese, it's still fantastic. S tier for Chronergy Wizards, one of the strongest subclasses in the game.
New campaign idea!
Oh god, no!
D and D and DD. Dungeons and Dragons and Danny DeVito. Every monster, NPC, sentient magic item, and player character is Danny DeVito.
Terrible, awful, unsalvageable.
Wow, it's a work in progress. God, stop using me as a sounding board for your creativity. Just use World Anvil. What's World Anvil?
World Anvil is the ultimate world-building platform, the perfect tool for creating and managing your campaign no matter the detail. With the Chronicles feature, you can connect timelines and maps together, giving a visual representation of events in your world. You can even have an alternate timeline for NPCs, keeping track of events beyond the party and keeping them secret until the big reveal. Use code D&D Shorts at checkout for an incredible 40% off a yearly membership. Link in description. Conjuration Wizard. Conjuration is a tricky little wizard, and a lot of its power is DM dependent. Your second level feature lets you conjure an inanimate object smaller than 3 feet, and it must be of something you've seen. It also vanishes if it deals damage to a creature. If your DM lets you conjure poisons or acid with this, it's insane. If not, it's okay. At 6th level, you can teleport 30 feet as an action without a spell slot once a day. You can do it more often if you cast conjuration spells. This would be great, except Misty Step does the exact same thing as a bonus action, so it's better 99% of the time. By 10th level, you can't drop concentration on a conjuration spell as a result of damage, which is dope for Summon Draconic Spirit or Cloud Kill, and your final feature makes all your summons extra thick with a bonus 30 temporary hit points each. This makes multi-summon spells like Conjure Minor Elementals pretty crazy, effectively letting you drop 400 hit points of meat on the battlefield for just a 4th level spell slot. Summoning magic is inherently powerful, and Conjuration Wizards are really good at it. That's enough to sneak them into A tier. Divination Wizard. If you thought that 14th level Chronergy Wizard ability to force a failure on a saving throw was strong, check out Divination Wizards, who can do the same thing from level 2. Potent lets you roll 2d20 at the end of a long rest and record the results as glimpses of the future. Then, whenever a creature you can see makes an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can replace their result on the die with one of your previous Portent rolls. It lets you guarantee that your allies succeed and your enemies fail on saving throws. Portent is a disgustingly powerful ability that only gets better as your spells get better. A forced dominate person or banishment is crazy. Then you get a solid 6th level ability that gives you back an expended spell slot when you cast a divination spell of a level lower than the spell you cast. This gives you a big boost to your spell slots, letting you fire off a mind spike for damage every single turn and constantly regenerate your 1st level slots to use on shield or silvery barbs for free. The final ability just lets you roll 3d20 for your portent dice instead of just 2. More consistency on an already busted feature. Divination is just crazy strong. It also goes in S tier. Enchantment Wizard. An underrated subclass, Enchantment Wizards kick off with the ability to daze an enemy within 5 feet. They make a wisdom save, and on a fail, they are charmed, incapacitated, and can't move until the end of your next turn. Then you can use your action on that turn to extend the effect, keeping your target hypnotized and helpless for as long as they don't take damage or you move away. That's powerful. Your 6th level feature lets you divert an attack to another target, which is funny, albeit a little situational, and your 10th level feature is basically the sorcerer's twin spell meta magic. It only works on enchantment spells, but considering that enchantment spells go crazy, like Hold Monster and Dominate Person, being able to double them is huge. It's kind of like getting an extra 5th level spell slot, an extra action to cast it with, and the ability to concentrate on 2 spells at the same time. Enchantment Wizards sneak into A tier. They'd be even better if it weren't for the fact that most high-level creatures are immune to the charmed condition. Evocation Wizard. You are all about spells that go boom. Luckily for your friends, your 2nd level feature gives them some protection from your AoE effects, letting you fireball without fear. At 6th level, your cantrips still deal half damage, even if an enemy succeeds on a save against them. This is okay, but I prefer attack cantrips to saving throw cantrips, usually. At 10th level, you get Empowered Evocation, letting you add your intelligence modifier to 1 roll of an Evocation Wizard spell that you cast. This is good on cantrips, but it is insane on Magic Missile, giving you an unmissable 3d4 plus 18 damage for a 1st level spell slot. Seriously, JC confirmed. Finally, your 14th level ability Overchannel lets you deal maximum damage with any spell of 1st to 5th level. You take a little damage if you use this feature more than once per long rest, but a guaranteed unmissable 70 damage for a 5th level Magic Missile is tasty. Evocation Wizards are okay. Some of their features are a bit situational, and although Magic Missile spam is fun, it's also a one-trick exploit that will get boring fast. They can chill out in B tier. Graviturgy Wizard. This is the 2nd of Matt Mercer's Wizards. Graviturgy Wizards get the 2nd level feature to adjust the weight of a creature, either improving their movement at the cost of their strength saves or doing the opposite. It's kind of mid. At 6th level, you can move any creature you hit with a spell 5 feet. I love forced movement, but again, it's kind of mid. 10th level lets you add 1d10 to an ally's attack or force a creature to take an additional 2d10 fall damage when they fall. it's mid. Your final ability is pretty cool though. At level 14, you can turn into an event horizon that makes the area within 30 feet difficult terrain for enemies, and if they fail a strength save, stops them from moving altogether. Gravitational Wizards get a kick-ass spell list with options like Sapping Sting, Gravity Sinkhole, and Immovable Objects, but in terms of actual power of their features, they're pretty low. It seems nobody knows where to rank them. I mean, look at that distribution from Patreon, but honestly, I think they belong in C tier. Illusion Wizard. Illusion Wizards are cool, but extremely DM dependent. Your second level feature upgrades the Minor Illusion cantrip to make an image and a sound at the same time. Minor Illusion is my second favorite cantrip, and this just makes it even better. 6th level gets you Malleable Illusions, letting you change the nature of illusion spells you cast, which is almost like casting them again for free. And 10th level lets you conjure an illusion of yourself to take a hit, letting you dodge. Basically a big old nope button. It's nice insurance against a critical hit, but it only works once per short rest. 14th level is the best feature, letting you make one inanimate part of your illusions real for 1 minute. The illusion can't directly deal damage to someone, but you can do some wild stuff. Example, create illusory adamantine cages around enemies and then make them real, trapping one person each turn with silent image. Illusion magic is the most powerful type of magic in D&D if your DM is down to play ball. A DM is equally capable of making it completely useless. Take this with a grain of salt, but in games where DMs encourage creative problem solving and shenanigans, they sneak into A tier. Necromancy Wizard. For the edgelords out there, we've got Necromancy. You kick off with the ability to gain temporary hit points equal to twice the level of any spell you use to kill a creature, or 3 times the level if it was a necromancy spell. And yes, you do need to literally kill them. No pacifist runs here. Honestly, Evocation Wizard is probably better if you want to go the tanky temporary hit points route, but anyway. 6th level is where the meat comes in, giving you the Animate Dead spell and buffing your undead minions with extra HP and beefier attacks. This scales really well, as their extra hit points is equal to your wizard level, giving you some awesome meat shields for the party. At 10th level, you get Inured to Death, which is just disgustingly broken with the spell Create Margan. Check out this video for more details. Aside from that combo, which breaks the game, it's okay. It means your maximum hit point can't be reduced, and it gives you an immunity to necrotic damage. Finally, your level 14 ability lets you seize control of any undead creature you can see within 60 feet. If it fails a charisma save and has an intelligence of 11 or less, you control it forever, or until you use this feature again. Pet Adult White Dracolich says, "What's up?" Higher intelligence creatures can still be controlled, but they get to repeat the save every hour, so they will eventually break free. Necromancy Wizards are flavorful and completely broken if you abuse them with Create Margan. But if your DM forbids you from ruining the game at level 10, they go in B tier. Scribes Wizard. Scribes Wizards are pretty complicated, even by other wizard standards. The big feature is you get an Awakened Spellbook that lets you swap the damage type of one spell you cast with another spell you know of that level, letting you bypass resistances and immunities. You can also cast one ritual per day faster than normal, which, I don't know, maybe it will come up sometimes. By 6th level, you can manifest your spellbook as a tiny object with dark vision out to 60 feet. You can move it up to 30 feet as a bonus action and cast spells as though they originated from its space. You can also see everything it sees. This is wicked for coward strats, like hiding behind full cover and firing out spells from your spellbook. That strategy is actually a very powerful defensive tool, but you can only cast spells through your spellbook a number of times per day equal to your proficiency bonus. Later levels let you craft low-level spell scrolls for yourself and get advantage on all arcana checks. You can also prevent all damage dealt to yourself once by ending your Awakened Spellbook manifestation early. The Scribes Wizard is complicated, with lots of complex interactions, but don't sleep on the power of being able to store up low-level spell scrolls for yourself. Alongside the Bladesinger, it's probably the most unique feeling wizard subclass, which is a triumph on its own. It goes in B tier. Transmutation Wizard. More like Trash Mutation Wizard, am I right? Transmutation Wizards get a pitiful second level feature that lets you transform one object of wood, stone, iron, copper, or silver into another one of those materials. No, it can't be a gemstone, so you can't use it for costly spell material components, and it turns back after just 1 hour. It also requires concentration and takes 10 minutes per cubic foot you transform. It is bad. 6th level gets you the Transmuter Stone, giving a buff to whoever holds the stone, including you. Sadly, you only get 1 buff between Dark Vision, plus 10 walking speed, proficiency in con saves, that one's actually okay, or 1 elemental damage resistance. 10th level gives you the Polymorph spell, if you didn't already have it, which you probably did because everyone takes it at level 7. However, this feature also lets you cast it for free once per long rest. That's actually amazing, except you can only cast it on yourself, okay, and you can only turn into a beast of CR 1 or below. It's bad. Finally, your 14th level ability lets you destroy the stone from your 6th level ability to create one of the 4 effects, 2 of which are terrible. Seriously, one of these effects just makes you look younger. You've had the Disguise Self spell for 14 levels now. The only good options are basically casting the spells Raise Dead or Power Word Heal without a spell slot. Those are good spells, but it's not enough to save the Transmuter this late in the build. They go in D tier. Also, I want to point out how varied the Patreon rankings were for this subclass. Damn! People really love Transmuter stones, and if you could make multiple stones, sure, they would be good. But honestly, it is just not worth it. War Magic Wizard. The War Magic opening feature lets you use a reaction to gain +2 AC or +4 to a saving throw, which is really good. But you can't cast spells other than cantrips afterwards until the end of your next turn. Still, this is easily worth it to make a big save or dodge a crunchy attack without having to use a spell slot on shield. Do remember though, that this only buffs you against one attack, not on all attacks for the entire round, like shield does. You also get a bonus to initiative at this level, just like the Chronergy Wizard. At 6th level, you get a weird feature that ultimately deals extra damage to one creature you hit with a wizard spell, equal to half your wizard level, maybe a couple of times per long rest. It's pretty mid. 10th level gives you a +2 to your AC and on all saving throws while you concentrate on a spell. This one's actually really good. And the 14th level gives you a bonus to your 2nd level feature that started it all. Now, when you use your reaction to boost your AC or saving throws, up to 3 creatures within 60 feet take force damage equal to half your wizard level. That's 21 force damage as a reaction at this level for no spell slot cost, while defending yourself. It's actually not that bad. War wizards really do feel like wizards trained to survive and thrive in the heat of battle. They're not godly or anything, but there are some solid defensive tools here. They go in B tier. Look, in summary, Chronergy and Divination Wizards are straight up busted. The rest are basically okay, but don't play a Transmuter Wizard, please. Remember to check out the DM's secret weapon on Patreon for dozens more subclasses to add to your games, like the new monstrous Lineage Sorcerer. This lets you enhance yourself with the traits of various iconic D&D monsters like the Mimic and the Hydra as you level up. Also remember to like and subscribe, check out other videos on the channel, and yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you next time.